These days, it seems like there's a new AI browser launching every other month. But if you're an IT admin, you've probably noticed that these new AI browsers simply aren't designed for the enterprise world. In some cases, they don't even address the basics of threat protection. And they certainly lack the security, manageability, and compliance that you're used to, leaving you to choose between safety and productivity. And the key word is safety. We understand that productivity cannot come at the expense of control. In your AI browsing, you still need and expect enterprise-grade security, compliance, and controls from day one. Hi, I'm Lindsay Kubasic, and I lead the Edge for Business product team. Today, I'm excited to introduce the world's first secure enterprise AI browser. In this video, I'll show you how Edge for Business delivers safe, AI-powered browsing, and later, Arnish Chandra will show the latest security and management innovations to keep your organization protected and in control. And yes, of course, there will be a ton of demos so you can see everything in action. Whether you're ready to dive into an AI-powered browser or just want to learn why Edge for Business is an industry-leading secure enterprise browser, you're in the right place. And by the end, you'll know exactly how to get started. Today, we're building on the secure enterprise browser that you already know and trust, and elevating it into a new category, that of the secure enterprise AI browser. It has Microsoft 365 Copilot woven in with enterprise-ready AI compliance and controls, so your workforce can safely take advantage of AI right in their flow of work. It's integrated deeply with your Microsoft 365 graph, surfacing what matters when it matters. Combined with an understanding of the web, it can streamline workflows and connect the dots across apps, tabs, and tasks. And you can count on it to have the secure enterprise foundation of Edge for Business ready for AI on day one. Our vision is bold: to transform browsing into a true accelerator for work. With that, AI browsing in Edge for Business is built on three core principles. First, it's contextual. It understands your team's work context, so every interaction is relevant and grounded in what matters most. Second, it's proactive. It anticipates needs before you ask, surfacing insights and options that keep you ahead. Last, it's agentic. It doesn't just respond, it takes action on your behalf, handling tasks and reducing manual steps. The result? Edge for Business becomes an intelligent partner, helping your organization reclaim time, reduce manual work, and unlock the full potential of your people, all while keeping security and compliance intact. And now we're taking the first step towards making that vision real. We're introducing Copilot Mode, already available for consumers, and bringing it into Edge for Business. Powered by Microsoft 365 Copilot, it turns Edge for Business into a proactive, agentic partner, helping users get more done. Think of Copilot Mode as a switch that you can simply turn on for advanced AI browsing. When IT admins enable it, new AI features light up, such as Agent Mode, an updated new tab page, and a daily briefing. Let's dive in further. To start with, Agent Mode. The browser becomes an agentic partner that works on behalf of the user. It can execute multi-step workflows specifically on websites that have been selected by you as the IT admin. And of course, it is under the user's direction with visual indicators for transparency and control. In Agent Mode, time-consuming tasks can be handed off, so users can stay focused on what matters most. Let's see how it works. Here, we're about to drop into a day in the life of Adele, who works at Contoso. Her daily briefing highlights a priority task: submitting a marketing form. Adele already has all the information in another document and doesn't want to waste time copying and pasting. Instead, she puts Edge for Business to work by enabling Agent Mode. She simply provides her instructions into the chat, and the task is set into motion. The form is filled out across multiple fields, even handling different input styles. And when everything's ready, There's a pause so Adele can review before submitting. Copilot Mode also offers a Copilot-inspired new tab page. It's the perfect starting point for work, where search and chat are combined into one intelligent box. Plus, there's easy access to your files and calendar and personalized Copilot prompt suggestions. This is available to everyone, but it gets even smarter with a Microsoft 365 Copilot license by pulling in information from the graph. And we're also introducing your daily briefing, a single view that summarizes priorities across meetings, tasks, and tabs. You launch it from the new tab page, and Copilot combines your browser context with the graph to give you a clear picture of what matters most. No more jumping between apps and tabs, just quick insight into your day. Here it is in action. The new Copilot-inspired page brings search and chat together and pulls in quick access to files and more. So everything your team needs is right at their fingertips. And from here, you can open the daily briefing. No more digging through emails or juggling tabs in this one-stop view. We're also excited to announce new features that leverage your browser context to make everyday browsing smarter. To start, multi-tab reasoning is coming to Edge for Business. This is a popular feature already available in the consumer version of Edge and is now coming with enterprise-grade compliance. With this, Copilot can analyze content across open tabs, up to 30 of them. Yep, that's right, 30. Those of you who need that know who you are. And whether they're web pages, internal sites, PDFs, or Office docs, Copilot can analyze it. No more manual comparisons or endless toggling. Copilot does the heavy lifting so your workforce can focus on decisions, not data gathering. And you know that feeling when you're trying to find a web page you visited a few weeks ago or maybe even months ago, but you just can't remember the exact title or link? With intelligent browsing history, you can just describe what you're looking for, and Copilot will track it down for you. In fact, Copilot can retrieve pages from the last 3 months using natural language. Say goodbye to retracing your steps and having to remember the exact titles or links. And for video content, we're bringing YouTube summarization to Edge for Business. With it, you can grab the highlights, ask questions about the content, and get the key points without sitting through the entire video, because who has the time? We're also bringing some of these AI features to mobile, so you can experience them wherever you work. The new tab page gives you one simple box for both search and chat. No need to choose, just start. And multi-tab reasoning? That's huge. Simply get a summary without having to sift through all your tabs. And with Copilot prompts curated for you, you don't have to type out long requests. Just tap and go. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but what about security and control? We recognize safe AI browsing starts with choice and trust. This is why we offer a system of safety. Let's start with the foundation. The same enterprise-grade protections you expect from Edge for Business are core to how AI browsing works. Microsoft 365 Copilot comes with enterprise data protection, ensuring that your organization's data, including prompts, responses, and files, stay within your Microsoft 365 tenant. It provides built-in compliance and privacy controls that protect your data by design. Microsoft acts solely as a data processor, using your data only to deliver the services you've requested, not to train foundational models or for advertising. Next, we respect that organizations are moving at different rates with AI adoption. And even within the same organization, there are teams that are moving at different rates. With Copilot Mode, you can enable advanced AI whenever you're ready. Simply turn it on for users who are ready with a toggle. And Agent Mode is built with multiple additional layers of control to meet your organization's security requirements. In your role as a security or IT admin, you decide when to enable it and you choose which sites it can work on. It also respects your existing data protection policies like DLP and usage rights restrictions. If a page has protections, Copilot informs the user it can't access it. Same with multi-tab reasoning. Protected pages are skipped. And there's more. Stored passwords or payment methods are off limits. If that data is needed, Agent Mode pauses and asks the user to enter it manually. While it's running, users see clear visual cues and can stop it at any time. And for sensitive actions, it pauses and asks for confirmation. These protections aren't an add-on. They're part of the foundation of Edge for Business and safe AI browsing, ready from day one. Let's check in on Adele again. She's got 4 tabs open, 3 different design proposals, and a revenue forecast. Adele asks Copilot to compare and summarize the info so she can share it with a teammate. She quickly gets the strengths and weaknesses of each agency, shortcutting to the answer. No more jumping between tabs or writing her own summary. But notice, Copilot flags that it didn't summarize the financial projections. Why? Because that site is marked sensitive by IT, so Copilot skipped it. Next, Adele opens the Tools menu and enables Agent Mode. She wants to use it to track down and summarize some recent research while she's on a conference call. Copilot tries to perform the task in the background, but there's an issue. Because accessing passwords is off limits, she receives a message to intervene and sign in. Once she does, she lets Copilot know, and Agent Mode goes back into action. And you can tell because there's a blue glow around the page while it's working. Controls are built in every step of the way. And now, where do you make this happen? The Edge Management Service in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center is the home for configuring Copilot Mode and other AI features. Now, we're just at the beginning of this journey, and we want your feedback as we shape what's next. To get started, you can enable Copilot Mode to experience the Copilot-inspired new tab page. All other features will be in preview in the coming months across Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. But there's no need to wait to get started. We encourage you to give Consumer Copilot Mode a try and start learning about the capabilities. With that, I'm going to hand things over to Aranesh, who's going to take you through the latest on security.
Thanks, Lizzie. These new AI features are the future of browsing. But with more browser options in the market than ever, why choose Edge for Business? And the answer is our industry-leading Secure Enterprise Browser Foundation, which means these advanced AI features are ready for your organizations from day one. As we bring AI into everyday workflows, security and compliance should not be an afterthought. They need to be woven in from the very start. That's the Edge for Business difference. We know you want AI controls, but you also want strong authentication, data security, threat protection, and manageability. And you want one browser that can do it all. The last thing you want is a browser from vendors who are still figuring out their own enterprise journey. And for us, serving organizations and enterprises is the heart of what we do. This is why top Microsoft customers trust and rely on Edge for Business for the majority of their browsing. And this number continues to grow. We believe that customers should not have to compromise. That's why we are pleased to share that Microsoft has been named a leader in IDC MarketScape for worldwide application streaming and enterprise browsers 2025 vendor assessment. This placement in the leaders tier is based on strengths in both capabilities and strategies as the enterprise browser. And Microsoft is also recognized as a leader across security, identity, and endpoint management, and is acknowledged as a proven zero trust platform provider. These leading technologies across different security categories are natively integrated into Edge for Business. Simply put, we bring world-class security in every layer of the browser stack. So how does this translate into real value for your organization? There are 3 key advantages. First, security is built in. You get protection from Entra, Purview, Defender for Endpoint, and Intune without relying on add-ons or extensions. And if you're using other security tools, our connector framework makes the integration seamless. Second, It's easy for everyone. For admins, you don't have to stress about deployment, as Edge for Business comes inbox on Windows. It's intuitive to manage with Microsoft tools you already use. And for users, you're not fighting for adoption because employees already trust Edge as the browser from Microsoft. And third, it's available at no extra cost. We like to call Edge for Business the secure enterprise browser you already have. That's because with your existing investments in Microsoft, which includes Purview, Entra, and Intune, you don't have to pay extra for browser security. And now, it's time to show off the new stuff. We have new features across 3 areas: Zero Trust and Authentication, data security, and manageability. First is Zero Trust and Authentication. As an admin, you are juggling a lot of devices, managed, personal, and mobile. But there's another group that often feels more out of reach: contractor devices. And even though you trust your contractors, data leaks can still happen, leaving you to deal with the consequences. Contractors are essential, but providing a secure access to them can be more costly and more complex than you would like. That's why we are announcing a cost-effective way to provide secure browser access even on devices managed by a contracting agency. Admins can already support BYOD with Edge for Business through Intune app protection policies. Now, these policies extend to Windows PCs managed by other organizations. Contractors can start by simply setting up an Edge profile for your organization on their agency-managed device, giving you a controlled browser environment where protections stay enforced. Securing sensitive data starts with preventing accidental leaks. With this, there is no accidental leakage, as downloads are automatically directed to a OneDrive for Business location owned by your tenant. And you can prevent any data from leaving your managed boundary by restricting copy-paste. This way, contractors get the access they need, and you keep control without added cost and complexity. We talked about contractor devices, but personal devices can create similar access concerns. That's where Entra and Purview come in. When someone signs into a web app with their Entra ID on a personal device, Edge for Business extends the protection you have already set up. Since Purview DLP is built in, if someone tries to download a sensitive file to a personal device, you can audit or block it. With this, you are better protected from accidental data leaks on personal devices. Next, let's dive into latest innovation in data security. When it comes to data security, you need safeguards that protect data without slowing users down. So we are announcing 2 new Purview DLP controls to make that easier. First is watermarking. With watermarking, Edge for Business can overlay a persistent visual reminder on files and sites marked as sensitive. This makes confidential content easier to identify and also reminds the user to handle data carefully, ensuring better data compliance. Next is protected clipboard. Admins usually face a tough all or nothing call with copy-paste. On the one hand, lock it down and frustrate users. On the other hand, allow it and risk data leaks. Protected clipboard lets you define a trusted boundary across sensitive files and sites by leveraging your existing Purview DLP policies. Data inside the boundary cannot be pasted outside, while data outside can enter if needed. Users also get clear warnings for out-of-bound actions. You gain granular control, and the users stay productive. These are in addition to the rich set of Purview DLP capabilities already integrated into Edge for Business. Now, let's talk about how you can address BYO AI, or bring your own AI. Over the past few years, employees have started using their own consumer AI tools at work, and then entering sensitive data without realizing the risk. The quick fix is to block those tools completely. But then you kill productivity and frustrate users. That's why Edge for Business and Purview take a smarter approach. Instead of blocking the AI completely, you can configure inline prompt protection. This is next-generation AI safety, built directly in the browser. And Edge for Business is the only browser with native integration of Microsoft Purview. With inline prompt protection, you can let employees use consumer AI websites for general content, but block sensitive content from being entered. Here's how it works. Here, an employee is using DeepSeek, a consumer AI website. They type a prompt that includes details about an acquisition, content that is marked sensitive by your existing DLP policies. When they hit submit, the prompt is blocked with a clear explanation. The sensitive data never leaves the browser. With Purview and Edge for Business, you can confidently address the BYO AI trend. And finally, let's dive into the latest in browser management. The Edge Management Service was developed in response to admins asking us for lightweight browser-focused management. We have received a lot of great feedback on how easy and intuitive this tool is to manage Edge on Windows PCs. And now, we are excited to announce that Edge Management Service can support managing Edge for Business on macOS, iOS, and Android. You get one-stop shop for browser-focused management, no matter what devices are in use. And lastly, we know testing new builds isn't talked about often, but it's a critical step to ensure minimal disruptions with new updates. Usually, you have to deploy a separate beta app, and honestly, most users won't touch it. And feedback is hard to get. The result is a lag in rolling out latest updates, which is not good for staying secure. So we are introducing a more flexible approach to test pre-release Edge builds. Enterprise Preview enables you to deliver Edge beta or dev builds directly inside the stable build, with no extra installs for admins, no switching apps for users. And even better, you can spot regressions early, so issues can be fixed before they cause disruptions. With Edge Management Service and Intune, you can set policies to designate who gets the preview builds and whether users can roll back to the stable build at any time. This allows pre-release testing to become seamless for the user, while giving you more data points and more control. Edge for Business is the browser that can do it all. It's proven and ready to serve you, your colleagues, whether they are other admins, security teams, or your workforce. You can confidently bet on Edge for Business for today and for tomorrow. Built to keep your organization secure, productive, and ready for what's next. Ready to get started? Enable the Copilot-inspired new tab page today through AI controls in the Edge Management Service. You can also try Copilot Mode in Consumer Edge by signing in with your Microsoft account. To learn more about these new features and to read our IDC excerpt, visit our website. As we step into the next chapter of productivity, we welcome your feedback on Edge for Business, the secure enterprise AI browser that does it all. Thank you for joining us and exploring what's next.